Hello, friends, and welcome to this week's episode of Not Your Mama's Podcast. And today we are joined by Annie Harmon, a seasoned coach with extensive experience in guiding individuals towards personal and professional growth. Annie equips her clients with the tools to overcome challenges and embrace transformative change. Annie, thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. I can't wait to talk to you and get to know a little bit more about your insights.
Well, thank you, Christina. And this is a joy to be here.
Awesome. So how can individuals overcome, mental illness and family separation challenges?
They can overcome mental illness by accepting responsibility and not accepting dull, oblivion living that some doctors want to put you on medications that make you dumb and not live life at all. They just want you to be a zombie. So keep finding a doctor that'll help you live your life, keep you stable, and allow you to have a life worth living.
I agree. I mean, there is no magic pill to cure, let's say, depressions are kind of like on like the heavier side of life, like there's no magic pill that's just going to make these feelings go away. And I agree, you have to kind of take responsibility and put it into your own hands to try to commit to getting well mentally, and that takes work and everyday practice.
Yes, most definitely. And what works for person A doesn't work for client or person B. They might have a whole different regimen, and it doesn't always work the same in each person.
Parents, you need The Addicted Child, A Parent's Guide to Adolescent Substance Abuse by Richard Capriola. It's a must-have for understanding teen substance use and learning the warning signs every parent should know. The Addicted Child, A Parent's Guide to Adolescent Substance Abuse by Richard Capriola. And here's the kicker. Richard spills the beans on explaining substance used by today's adolescents and how drugs work in the teen brain. He's even included important warning signs for self-harm and eating disorders and how to find the right help for your teen. And the best part is, you're getting all of these mind-blowing insights without breaking the bank. If you're a parent or know someone who is, this book is going to be your secret weapon. Kindle or paperback, grab your copy on Amazon or go to helptheaddictedchild.com. Insights in this book are pure gold. And spread the word, share the love, and let's empower ourselves with knowledge. Yeah. And it's interesting you say that because I feel like sometimes with like those psychiatric medicines, don't they have to kind of like experiment to see which mixture is gonna even work for you anyway? And in the process, you're just like, you could be, just maybe losing your mind a little bit, I mean, who knows?
Definitely.
But yeah, but it's true. It's not everything, not one thing fits all in someone's, work towards healing.
Right. And it takes learning how to deal with your mental illness as part of being coached is figuring out how to handle and manage those feelings when they come up and how to deal with people around you. That leads us right into the separation. You have to pick up the pieces and figure out what's good for your life. And sometimes when you change, the people around you don't change. And then you need to move on and find new friends and new people in your life.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes like you have to make these big life decisions to, move towards healing. I know that was one thing for me. At the end of December of 2022, I had to really take a look. I was having like Crohn's disease, which is a very emotional kind of disease within itself. It's like you have to have like stress management and things like that. And it really made me take a hard look. It's like, okay, is this the life I want to lead? And I had to make big decisions to adjust to get myself into that better like space. And it's scary to do that. It's scary to make these big decisions. That'd be
Oh,
like
it
leaving
sure is.
your husband or whatever it is, having to move away or, like not have a communication with your parent anymore because like your parent may be a little narcissistic or whatever it is. We have, these decisions aren't easy to make. And I like that you bring it up that sometimes you have to make those hard decisions in order to, work towards that healing.
Right. And to achieve your goals. I mean, people can hold you back,
Mm-hmm.
and you really have to look hard at those relationships and figure out which ones are going to support you and which ones aren't.
Yeah. Introducing Ashton Rodenheiser, our visionary, our graphic magician. Step into the extraordinary world of visual storytelling with Ashton, our graphic magician. Experience the magic of turning ideas into captivating visuals where every stroke sparks creativity and ignites imagination. Passionate about empowering moms, kids, and women, Ashton transforms learning and communication through her giant charts and visual note taking expertise. With Mind Eye Creative Consulting, she's on a mission to uplift creativity and help others communicate ideas effectively. Ashton's silent illustrations break down complex concepts into easily understandable visuals, inspiring others to embrace her techniques. Join Ashton as she teaches sketchnoting skills to students and professionals, making doodling and drawing their best thinking and learning tools. Join her at sketchnote.school. And so for you, why do you think that like empathy is so important in coaching and can help with empowerment?
Well, empathy is so critical to coaching because with empathy, it builds trust. It helps with relationships, building stronger relationships, motivation, and gaining insights into the client.
Mhm.
And I use it as a tool to really enhance our relationship,
Yeah.
and it's critical.
Yeah. And, and what does empathy, mean to you? Like, how would you describe empathy when you're working with your relationships with people?
Um, Empathy is caring. It is a
Mm.
deep, heartfelt caring for an individual to ensure that they are doing the best that they can for
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah. And I think that's important. People need to feel, trust and, feel like they're really heard and, trying to be understood throughout their process. And I like that you incorporate that in your coaching style because, we need to be able to, relate and like you said, empathize with our people that we're working with.
Yes, it's so important.
Mm-hmm. And what are some common obstacles like for women, for women's goals and well-being, and how can we overcome them?
Well, a lot of the issues that were prevalent years ago are still prevalent. Gender issues, work life balance,
Mm-hmm.
and challenges and economic inequalities. All those are problems still today.
Mm-hmm.
And the way we overcome them is through education and training and work life integration
Mm-hmm.
and promoting that in the workplace so that there's more flexibility. So it goes both ways. There are men staying home now taking care of kids. So
Yeah.
that flexibility is encouraged for both sexes.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Well, Annie, it is time for the Power Mom Chronicles, and I cannot wait to dive into your answers. And my first question to you is, what's a game-changing lesson life has taught you?
The game changing lesson that I have learned is to be resilient and adaptable. I can bounce back from life setbacks so that I can achieve my goals.
Mm-hmm. And reflecting on your journey, what practical lessons or insights can our listeners apply to improve their own lives?
The best lesson that I can ask someone to apply to their life is proactive mindfulness.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a mindfulness practice that you do daily as part of your routine, it helps increase focus, decrease stress, and increase emotional resilience.
Perfect. And then offer a piece of wisdom for moms striving to find their own strength and voice.
I have a big heart for moms. That is the toughest job in the world. And the best advice I can give is self-compassion.
Mm-hmm.
Really give a pat on your back for doing it all. You're expected to manage a household, manage the kids, a lot of times have a full-time career and a relationship with your husband.
Mm-hmm.
And, or if you're a single parent, that is even harder. So I would say power to you and have self-compassion because you've got a rough job.
And the best advice you've ever received.
The best advice I've ever received is from a coach a long time ago telling me to live true to my self,
Mm-hmm.
live true to my values and true to my my calling and not accept social norms as the way to live my life.
Exactly. Well, Annie, thank you so much for coming on this week's episode of Not Your Mama's podcast. All of her links are down below in the show notes. Don't be shy, go say hi. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.